Good evening, this is Dominic with TheBackVlog. I am joined by Robin, and she's being very good right now, and I hope she stays this way. About a week or two ago, I finished the game Returnal. I never played this before. I had this on my shelf for years. This is one of the first PS5 games I ever got, and I finally got around to playing it. And it was brutally difficult. I was not expecting that. What I did know about it is that it was like a roguelike, third person, like sci-fi shooter. And that's basically all I knew about it. And, coming off of Sifu, I was like, okay, I think I'll give this roguelike genre more of a shot. Not that I was like dissing roguelikes at all, but just to like kind of give me more context as to what I'm missing in this genre, because I've never really got into it. And going into it, there were a ton of systems to learn comparatively to Sifu. Like Sifu, the thing with that was like it's combat, and learning combos and timing dodges and parries and everything. But here, there's like a lot of like mechanics and like buffs and debuffs, and all the weapons do completely different things, and they each have their own different types of ammunition and like different like alternative ammunition. And it's just like, I don't know, there's a lot, and it kind of throws you right into it, and it's a lot to take in at first. And when you get the handle of it, it doesn't really make the game any easier just because the difficulty is that brutal. I guess one complaint that I have with it, and I guess like people really aren't going to, I could be completely wrong about this, but I'm under the impression that people aren't really going to the genre for the story. Not to say that the story was bad here, but it seemed it was pretty disjointed, and I didn't really connect with it emotionally. And like I can kind of see like where it's going, or where it was going, but I'll get into that a little bit more like further into the video. But yeah, I will say though, like it got really addicting for a little while until I finally gave it up. Not to say I didn't finish the game. I did technically finish the game, but again, I'll get there. All things considered, it's a pretty short game, but it's just the difficulty of it is what makes it draw out so much. After you beat Act 1, I think it's like the first 3 bosses or whatever. And by the way, those bosses, at least the third one, well, I mean, like, okay, so all the bosses are super hard, and I don't remember the second one very much, but the set piece of the third one in particular is mind-boggling. Not only is it like, it's memorable because of like the challenge and everything, of like, all the projectiles coming after you, but you have like the platforms that you're like grappling between, and like it's so like expansive and intense. Like if you have like a fear of heights, you're not looking at the ground in this one. And just like, juggling between those grappling points and evasion and attacking all at the same time, it felt so good, I will say. But yeah, and like it took me a good day or two to get that boss, a few hours, several tries, and then after you defeat it, you get the trophy that says beat Act 1, and I was like, that was Act 1. And Robin was sitting with me on the couch, and there was one point where she groaned, like whenever she stretches, she like makes like a noise, and she did that like right as I beat that boss, and I looked at her and I was like, me too, man, me too. Yeah, and then congratulations, you beat Act 1. That was Act 1. Good luck with Act 2. So Act 2 comes in, and what you have to do is you have to collect these keys to get to the next biome, because this game is divided up into 6 different biomes, and Act 2 starts with biome number 4. The thing is, though, you have to get the keys in one run. If you manage to get them, it resets your progress upon a death, and each key is blocked by like a mini boss wall, and they're so freaking difficult. And like that took me a good 2 or 3 days to get through also, just getting the keys, not even fighting the bosses or anything, no progression or anything, just being careful and hoping for RNG. But yeah, you get the keys and then you get to the next biome. And the night that I got the keys, I went to the next biome and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna feel it out. So I start doing it and I make it to the end of the biome and I'm like, okay, are we really gonna do this right now? So I make it to the next, I guess the final one. And I went to the final one because I thought the boss would be right there. I was like, okay, I'm gonna prepare. I don't think I'm gonna get him, but we'll see. And you know, when you get to the last biome, I neglected to realize that you know, there's like a whole area that you need to get through before you even get to the boss. And you know, it's like throwing mini bosses and everything, and it's just nuts. And then it gets you to you get to the final boss, and the final boss is like this this giant like skull creature with, you know, like several weak points, and it's firing everything it can at you. And I'm just flow stating the hell out of this thing, and like I'm not even like really panicking. I'm just kind of like, okay, I gotta see like where the weak points are. Let me try to get like see what's making this boss tick. Everything I just said is to say that I essentially beat the entirety of Act 2 in one sitting. I got all the keys and opened the biome, and that's all I intended to do. And I was like, okay, next time I die, that's gonna be right on for the night, because I don't want to play this the whole night. And then I just kept going, and I didn't die, or I did die, but I got such blessed RNG that I picked up items that would help me through deaths, or you know, be a damage sponge or whatever. And that was the night that I beat Returnal, Act 2 of Returnal. Yes, I was incredibly surprised by that, but I was not upset. I was like, okay, I'm free from the shackles of Returnal. And I was like looking at the trophy list, and you know, by the time you finish it, it's pretty easily achievable stuff, and getting Act 3 is theoretically pretty easily achievable. But here's the main problem, I think, with Returnal. And this could be a roguelike thing as a whole, but a lot of the progression in the game is blocked not only by skill, but by luck too, by how lucky you are with drawing things. And you know, you can really pick up some crappy items or weapons or suit artifacts or anything like that that aren't really going to help you. And you can like strategically plan, you know, your currency around the things that you know are going to be there consistently every single time. But as for like what you're going to draw from like chests or whatever, it's really random. And you know, that really does hinder progression, but that's not the only thing, because some of the trophies that you can get, and to unlock the secret ending in Act 3, there are things that you need. These are two mutually exclusive things. They don't have anything to do with each other, but they do suffer the same problem, in that you know, you're looking for these like artifacts to, I guess, unlock a door or whatever, or you're looking for basically like these hieroglyphs left by the alien species on this planet that you're on, whether it's to get the true ending or to get the platinum trophy. It's really dependent on if the game wants to spawn those things in a given run, and you can exhaust an area like completely without having died at all and not have the thing that you need to have spawned. So basically, that's the end of that run. You did it perfectly, but you need to go back and do it again because, you know, it just didn't spawn. And I think that's a real problem. The things that are kind of like mandatory to, you know, progress or for 100% completion, you know, that was kind of a bummer. But I was really interested to see like where the secret ending would go, and I think maybe like I will continue to play this every so often as like a session game. But after like 2 or 3 runs of just like really bad pools of stuff, like bad equipment, and just like dying, I was like, I'm done with this game for now. Perhaps I'll pick it up at some point in the future and truly finish it. But I got my fill. It was a great game though. It's so fluid. It feels so good. The gunplay is really engaging. And the loop can get really addicting. It's just, it comes with the caveat of the frustration of RNG. And that's really what it boils down to. But yeah, I thought Returnal was a great, I thought Returnal, not Eternal. I thought Returnal was a great game, and I heavily recommend it. That's all from me. Take care.